Hey, what's up, Diamonds? It's your boy, Doc Reed. Today, I want to talk to you about a bond that is 100 times stronger than super glue. That's right. This is a toxic relationship bond. You know, scripture says that you need to guard the affections of your heart. Why? Because if you let someone inside here, ladies, and they are not healthy, all right, if they are toxic, now they can do all kind of damage. They can take you to the left or to the right, and you can feel like there's nothing you can do about it, especially if it is a narcissist. I want to talk to you about trauma bonding. What is that? Many of you may say, I don't even know what in the world trauma bonding is, but you may be suffering from it. Trauma bonding is just when you have loyalty to a person who is destructive. Okay, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, that is definitely you. Now, I've also done a video before on narcissism, so you can watch that video if you want to get all the nuts and bolts of that. But with trauma bonding, this tends to happen over an extended period of time. Okay, it's not just one like isolated incident, like when you think about Stockholm syndrome or something like that. It's similar, but like I said, this goes through that narcissistic process, okay, or the stages of narcissism. So if you are dealing with this, here are some of the signs to let you know that maybe you are dealing with some trauma bonding. When you obsess over someone who has hurt you and they are long gone, meaning you're no longer in the relationship, they have already discarded you, they've already moved on to their next victim, but you still feel stuck, you're still crying, you're still unable to move forward with your life, just like it happened yesterday. Okay. All right. Another sign is when you continue to seek contact with someone who you know will cause you further pain. All right. They've proven to you time and time again, your friends, your family, like, what are you doing? Why do you continue to talk to them knowing what they're going to do? And you don't know. You don't have a good answer for it. But if this is what's happening to you, you could be suffering from trauma bonding. Also, when you continue to attempt to get someone who is clearly, all right, not when you attempt to be with someone who clearly is using you. All right. They're just using you for what they can get from you. They want your money. They want your time. Maybe they just want to hurt you. But that's also a sign. When you again and again trust someone who has proven that they are unreliable. The best example of this is think about Charlie Brown. Lucy is holding that football and she tells Charlie Brown, I'm not going to pull this football from you. I promise I will not do it. Charlie Brown says, yes, you are. And she says, no, I'm not. So he says, okay, all right, fine. I trust you. He rears back, goes to kick the ball, falls flat on his back. Lucy pulls it away. Now, I'm not saying Lucy's a narcissist. I'm not saying that. But I am saying that Charlie Brown is definitely trusting somebody who has been proven over and over again that she's unreliable. Also, another sign is when you want to be understood by someone who clearly does not care. Have you ever felt like I just want them to understand? I want them to, I want them to, I just want to feel their support. I just want to know that, everything that I experienced in the very beginning during that love bombing phase, okay, that somehow was true. And they're not even on it. They could care less. Another sign is when you continue to continue contact with your abuser, all right, and they take absolutely no responsibility. This is a big one, ladies. Now, when you dealt with a narcissist, you go to them and you try to explain to them, you've done this to me, you've done that to me. And they are perpetually the victim. They will take no responsibility for their actions in this process. And part of the challenge with this, ladies, is when you're going through this and you're dealing with this trauma bonding, that your friends and family don't understand. And they just can't seem to get why you won't move forward. And I want to go over that process real quick. And I'm not going to go too deep, just, dealing with all the different things with narcissists, but just this process on why it's so difficult. So here's the thing. When you meet the narcissist, you go through the love bombing phase, you go through the idealization phase, right? And that's when they're doing all this stuff, all right? All the things that you like. So that's when there's the promise. All right. The promise is important because it's not that narcissist that you have really just fallen in love with. It's what that narcissist represents. There is some promise or hope of something. This could be marriage. This could just be companionship. It could be happiness. But when they come and they're doing all the amazing things in the beginning, that's what they make you feel, that, better days have come at last. And so when they start to go through the devaluing stage, that's when they start all the gaslighting and the triangulation and all the other things that are common with narcissists. That's when you start to feel like, oh my God, what's going on? What's happening to my dream? When did my dream become a nightmare? And at that moment, when they first start to show you who they are, once they start to devalue you, that's when you should leave. 9 times out of 10, you do not leave, because the anxiety that you feel when they start to devalue you is so crazy. All right, that you're like, I can't let my dream go. And now you're in this back and forth process, this up and down, this back and forth of them rewarding you or seducing you and then devaluing you. And in that process, hormonally, it causes changes within you that become very addictive. And the fact that you never know when the reward is coming. Because once they put you on punishment, so to speak, and they're giving you the silent treatment, or it's the chaos, right, that you're going through. You never know when they're going to come back and be nice and be that wonderful person to you again. But when that happens, that's when that euphoric high comes. And you're right back on the mountaintop. And a lot of times this is when you're intimate, you're having sex. Because when you're having sex, a lot of times that is the most calm. That's when you have peace. That's when there is peace in the valley, so to speak. All right. But outside of that, all right, it can be chaotic at any moment. And that's why sex oftentimes is used by the narcissist to keep you under his control. All right, because he knows you yearn for that intimacy. So like I said, with this back and forth and this up and down, and what it does is, when, say, for example, you feel like you're really about to lose your mind and you're calling them and blowing their phone up and, why are you doing this to me? That's when they swoop right in and then they relieve the tension. So it's just like if you're gambling, you say, I'm only going to spend $100. And then once you start playing and playing the slots, you win. Oh, wow, that high feels amazing. Well, then you lose it all back, right? Now I'm addicted because I'm really seeking that initial high. I just got to hit. I know if I just keep playing, I can hit. And that's what it's like in this relationship. You're sitting there. Yeah, it was good in the beginning. You hit for a few dollars in the beginning. But ever since then, you've lost everything. And now when you get to the point where the narcissist actually discards you and they've moved on to their next mark, their next victim, that's when the pain really kicks in. Because one of the main reasons you don't leave the narcissist is because the level of anxiety that is associated with you leaving is far more intense than you feel like the hell is that you're going through by staying with them. That's why this bond is so strong. But once they have finally kicked you to the curb, you feel like life is just going to be this. There's no more excitement. There's nothing to look forward to, because even though you was living in hell, you almost became addicted to the drama, of the up and down. You never knew when it was going to come, but you knew at some point they were going to allow you to be in their good graces if you acted right. But now that they're gone, you're just feeling that deep-seated depression. So even if you were to be with somebody come along, a great guy, it won't do anything for you. He'll be kind of boring. All right, because you're so used to this up and down. And that's why the no contact is so important. You can't allow this narcissist to come in and out of your life whenever they want to, because sometimes once they think you have really moved on and you're good, they'll pop up out of nowhere just to ruin your life, just to take you up and bring you down, because they always want to know that you are under their control. And I'm not saying that you can't heal, from this narcissistic abuse by yourself. I'm not saying that you can't go no contact, by yourself, but oftentimes if you don't have somebody holding you accountable, it is very difficult. All right. This is a team sport because you can feel like you are losing your mind because you think about oftentimes your friends and your family, they've already written you off in terms of, I'm not dealing with you in that situation anymore. You've cried wolf enough times. You're not serious, blah, 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 blah. So you feel like you're just left there alone. And that is a horrible place to be. So I'm saying this to you. If you need help with this, at least reach out to me. I do a free 30-minute consultation. Maybe you don't even know if you're in a relationship with a narcissist. Okay. We can just figure that out. Go to my website, christopherreed.org. And you can see there where to schedule it. It is absolutely free. All right. We need to find out what's going on. Also, my free book. Okay, The Forbidden Secrets of the Goodie Box, what your father didn't tell you and your mother didn't know. If you don't have that, download that. I'm trying to give you tools to help you move your life along so that you don't have to be stuck any longer. Because I know that's basically it's living in hell. I mean, there's no other way to put it. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you've enjoyed all the other videos that I've done. And I got to get out of here. Take care and bye. Peace.